Hello, everyone. This is the most intelligent and magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, my next character review is on the fishing god himself, Kenny, Gold Mythic Kenny. Yes, I definitely felt like I had to talk about him sooner rather than later. Kenny himself, is probably, arguably, the best gold mythic in this allegiance. There might be one other toon that could compete with him for that title of best damage dealer in this allegiance. Man, am I excited to talk about this guy. So, before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good, and I'm staying safe for the most part. And I don't think we should waste any more time. I think we should go ahead and jump into this character review, shall we? Gold Mythic Kenny, Telltale Season 1. His trait is Alert. His role is a damage dealer. And obviously, his allegiance is a member of the Telltale Season 1. Now let's take a look at his stats. His attack stat is 25,074. His defense is 12,537. And his HP is also 12,537. Let's take a look at his adrenaline rush. Stubborn Onslaught. The recharge rate is 66 AP, pretty much the standard for most gold mythics. Make 2 attacks of 400% damage, 800% total, against 2 enemies each. This character gets 100% attack for the rest of combat. Now, I don't really need to go into all that much into how awesome this adrenaline rush is. Pretty much the whole player base knows how hard this guy can hit, and if he goes off 9 out of 10 times, your team is done if he goes off against you. Oh gosh, he is one of the toons that if I was able to get to Limit Break 3, I would definitely be making some changes to my raid team and all of that. At this time, I still have yet to get even one copy of Kenny himself. So, you guys already know, and there's another part of his kit that even more amplifies his adrenaline rush, but we'll get to that. Very, very good adrenaline rush, plus he gets 100% attack for the rest of combat. That's something I honestly didn't notice, but that's another great addition to his adrenaline rush. Now let's take a look at his signature move. Think First. The initial cooldown is turn 1, number of cooldowns 2 turns, number of uses unlimited. This character gets focus for 3 turns, attack a single enemy for 200% damage. This is a pretty good It's a pretty good signature move. I mean, it's nothing like the Adrenaline Rush, obviously, but you know what? In some cases, you could actually kill a enemy with the signature move. 200% damage isn't a whole lot, but depending on who you target, that honestly could kill someone, maybe. But it's a nice little bit of damage preparing for the Adrenaline Rush. And that focus is a nice little addition because you can bypass Uncle Sam teams and other human shield teams. I think Uncle Sam right now is the only human shield in the Mythic era. So yeah, that's going to be a great thing. His signature move, it's a nice little addition for sure. Now let's talk about and go over Kenny's Mythic abilities. Agility, 20% increase in basic attack damage. Obviously, I highly recommend you level that up. I recommend leveling up agility on all of the damage dealers. It's just very good in general to do that, and it's going to help with all of that damage he's going to be doing, for sure. A Flawed Man's Tale. When attacking, 100% chance this character and all Telltale Season 1 teammates get absolute defense and reduce reflected and counter damage to 0. You know, this is quite an interesting one. Depending on if you're going to build a Telltale team, this is going to be a really good and interesting one. I would say only if you're planning on building a Telltale team, I would put resources into this one, because this one is going to be really, really great. For whatever reason, if you're not planning on putting Kenny on a Telltale team or building a Telltale team, then, I wouldn't touch it. But most people are going to plan on building a Telltale team for sure. And yeah, that's going to be a really good one to level up. A Flawed Man's Tale. Weapons Expert. Stat boost from basic weapon effects are 30% more effective on this character. That's going to be a pretty good one to level up as well. That means he's going to do more damage. The effects, the stat boost on basic weapon effects are going to be even better than normal. So that's going to be a pretty good one to level up as well. And Determination, 40% resistance to debilitating effects. Now, someone is going to have to correct me in the comments, but the debilitating statuses, isn't that like attack down, defense down, impair, and stuff like that? Is that what that is? If you know, feel free to correct me down in the comments. If that's what that is, yeah, I would definitely think about leveling that one up, but I don't think it's 100% required to get the most out of Kenny. I would say that Agility, A Flawed Man's Tale, and Weapons Experts are the ones I would 100% put your resources into to get the most out of Kenny and the Telltale Season 1 Allegiance as well. So let's get to his specialist skill. Follow Up 2. Once per turn, when this specialist kills an enemy with an attack, active skill, signature move, or adrenaline rush, they will receive a bonus action. This character gets 100% max AP. Don't really have to go too much into his specialist skill. All of you already know, if you've played with Kenny, whether you have him on your roster, or if you have played with him in the draft arenas, you already know once that follow-up 2 goes off, an entire team is pretty much going to be done. He's amazing. Yeah, so not really a whole lot to say about his active, not his active skill, but specialist skill, other than it's really, really freaking awesome. That's all there is to say about it. It's really great. Now, Kenny has a default pistol, so you can slot just about anything you want into his hands. So, let's see. One weapon I know I have, you have the Christmas gift wrapped pistol. That would be a pretty good one to put into his hands. I think that would work out very well. And then there's also that one we got, the one with the baby bottle silencer. That actually would be a pretty good one to put on Kenny, because it's worked for me plenty of times in draft arenas, swapping out the baby bottle silencer pistol and the Christmas gift wrapped pistol. Those two weapons, pistols, those two work very well. And I'm sure there are other combinations of weapons you can put into his hands for sure. And I know this one is a little bit of a shorter review, but they're not, it's not really that complicated on what to do. I would obviously, for his weapon, focus in heavily on that attack. Now the mods here, you could go one of two ways with the mods. You could either add, make him more defensive with a HP mod set or defense mod set to try to keep him alive a little bit. Or you could just go all full glass cannon and, you could just make him have one of the highest attack stats in your roster if you want to go that way, but that defense and HP is very low. I don't know. My recommendation is maybe add a defense or HP mod set to try to keep him alive a little bit. But hey, if you want to go all in on the attack on the weapon and mod set, more power to you. And what can I say? Kenny, he's an amazing man. He's out there catching them mackerel and all this good types of fish out there. He's just the fishing god, people. We have to cherish Kenny. He's so cool out there getting all them mackerel and all the good sorts of fish out there. And I don't think I have much else left to say, other than I'm going to try to tackle the other 3 Telltale Season 1 character reviews. I want to try to knock out all 3 of them next week. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. Or, if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.